everyone, it's me Colin on the ASCA League channel, and here we are for Race 5 at Loudon of the Pennzoil Pro Series season. We're here at one of the flattest tracks on the circuit, and it's going to be a difficult place to navigate because, well, for one, if you look, the forecast isn't too well. We are raining. It's been raining for almost 2 hours, so now the ASCA League has decided to throw in the rain tires as we look at the point standings up to this point. But the ASCA League throws on the rain tires, so this will be the first ever time the series will see the rain tires. It's going to be a crazy race, but let's see how they roll off the grid for today's race. On the pole, Jay Durrell in the Fitzwater Australia racing car, and Jack Newman. Remember that they qualified in the dry conditions. Row 2, you saw Rick Witt and Ryan Dunn. Rick Witt, great starting spot for him. Kyle Singer and Brock McMahon make up Row 3. Row 4, Michael Jones and Brian Lenning, two drivers that need to get a better start off to their season as they've not had the best. Row 5, Nick Purcell, so close to winning last week, and Derek Petrie. Row 6, Ryan Kendall and Blaine Keys, really high in the points at this point. Row 7, Daniel Voiles in 12th, and Kyle Collins. Row 8, Cody Russell and Aaron Lukes for National Racing, still holding on to a top 14 position. Row 9, Eric Willis and Jay Barker, the top two in points right now, first and second. Row 10, Arsh Hossain rounding it out for National Racing, and Nicholas Smudio on his outside. Row 11, Brian Boone after his race 3 win, and Webster Zygarde. Row 12, a pair of SFR teammates, Zach Komoski and Zach Cars, the two Zachs. Row 12, Row 13, Sam Rogers doing very well in the points this year, and Nikita Rizkov on his outside looking for some good luck. Row 14, the rookie Jeremy Jones and Joseph Strigley starting the race outside. Row 15, Mackenzie Rustin and Tyler Selzman back in the car after missing last week. Row 16, Cole Baker and Cesar Chavez, last week's winner. Row 17, 220 cars, Addison Steinbeck and Haley Wish, the 23 and the 25. Row 18, Tony Green and Jose Vaquez, last year's Rookie of the Year. Row 19, a pair of DW Motorsports teammates, Daniel Maxwell and Matthew Brown. Row 20, James Johnson and Allison Davidson, two Dodge drivers for two new teams this season. In row 21, Ruby Easton and Carson Scott round out the field. Here are the people that did not qualify, notably Dion Scott and Stuart Gratton, who both had great runs last week. Such a shame to see them not make this race. However, we are here, green flag is in the air. And here we go, racing at Loudon. And off turn 2, a great start for Jay Durrell as he is going to pick up the race lead and take it away from Jack Newman. Jack falling to the outside, but Rick Witt wants a piece of this. Rick, this has got to be amazing for him. He has had no success at all since his win at race 18 of season 2, and really this has got to feel great for him because running up front has been a bit of a lackluster kind of a thing for him. He hasn't really had many top front runs this season at all, or at the end of last season. We're looking at Nick Purcell's. He had a second place at Martinsville, but before that he was doing poorly outside the top 30 in points. This is another driver that really needed a good run. He got it last week. Rick Witt looking to make this week that good run, but Nick Purcell's running midfield, exactly what he needs to combat a good run last week at Martinsville. Here's Cesar Chavez. Talk about a good run. He won the thing, giving Double T Motorsports their first win. Probably not the driver they thought they'd get it with. I would have suspected the driver behind him, Jose Vaquez, would have gotten the first win for Double T Motorsports, but apparently Cesar Chavez has a thing for Martinsville. Didn't really show it in season 2. I can't remember if he qualified or not even, but he really showed that he did have speed in that Toyota last week. Looking at Allison Davidson, this is the team of most concern. This is actually their first race where all 3 cars have qualified, but the rumor is that this 2019 might not be around, which is kind of confusing because Allison Davidson is the sister to the team owner, and I'm not sure why they just dropped the 29 car, so it's really only a rumor right now, but currently we don't have any more information. We'll be getting more throughout the week, but currently I think it's just a bunch of rumors, and I'm not sure if anything will come of this, but I mean, the 29 team hasn't been doing really well. In fact, none of the Davidson Motorsports cars have been doing well, but so it wouldn't be surprising to see them let a car go, but I wouldn't really think it'd be the 29 car, although anything can happen, really. looking at Eric Willis, and if there's a person that'd be the last person to let go, it's this guy. Eric is just out of a cannon since the season started. And how about being on top of the points chart after race 4? I mean, Eric Willis, geez, I mean, he didn't have a decent season last year. I mean, he was all right. He had a big struggle and a big problem with actually losing his ride and then coming back on. That was actually with the team he is in now. However, everything's situated out, and he's actually showing what he's capable of. Talk about Rick Witt. This is a great run for him. You see him running second. Back there, starting to pull away a little bit from the two Chevys. These two Dodges running out front. We didn't see Jay Durrell also have a good run at Martinsville last week. And it was almost like he wasn't there because he wasn't running up front. But these two drivers, glad to see him rebounding after 2 bad weeks. After a bad week for both of these drivers. Look at Rick Witt making a move on the inside. And Rick Witt underneath the 43 car. If you remember, these two actually had a bit of a rivalry, not in an aggressive kind of way, just a battle for the finish, because in Season 1, they were competitors for the Season 1 championship. They ended up finishing 2nd and 3rd to now not in the series anymore, Jake Booker, who won the championship. We got a caution on the track, and I'm not sure what that is. The caution is out as you see the cars go by. We see there's a couple of stragglers in the back. We're going to see who they are. Here they come. That looked like Ruby Easton, so the 27 with problems. Who I think that was Daniel Maxwell, one of the double team DW Motorsports drivers. The other one was Tony Green, as we're going to see what happens here. And I'm not exactly sure what happened there, but it looked like there was just not enough room for all 3 of them there. Possibly due to the rain, I'm not sure, but it's making the visibility quite hard out here on the track. Looking through here. I mean, that's a hard situation to tell. It almost looked like the Ford just slid up the track, almost like he almost hydroplaned just a little bit. But it also looked like Easton came down a little bit, so I'm going to call that a racing incident. Anyways, as we see cars going to pit road, and it's still raining out here, so good thing we put on the rain tires. Oh no, and problems for Brian Lenning. Lenning and Brock McMahon, teammates, decided to stay out under that caution break, but obviously problems with Lenning, and now Brock is all alone out front with nothing. Like I said, stayed out, so the 08 car is the only one out here on old tires. We see as we go back to green flag racing. There was a little bit of strategy, though. The 47 you see back there, the Voxer Dodge, took 2 tires. But other than that, everyone took 4 tires on that stop. And we're going to have to see how everything works out. But currently the 68 car is fending off the 47. Now he's going to try to go after the 08. But talk about Michael Jones. I mean, we were talking about Jay Durrell and Rick Witt not having a good race last week. But talk about Michael Jones. Where is he in the points right now? I mean, he's past 35th position. He's running down below 35th. And that is horrible for the 47 team. I mean, I don't know what to say. And the 68 coming in here, he was probably past the, I believe he was 41st coming in because he missed Martinsville. And Brock McMahon has had a couple decent runs but has been wrecked out. So a bunch of drivers needing a good run up front are actually situated up there. So definitely a bunch of drivers getting what they wanted here today. But a driver that isn't Webster Zygarde in the P&G Chevy. The 12 car not running too well as he came in here 4th in points. He'll probably drop after this event. The 08 car has been dispatched for the lead, and Rick Witt has taken the place. And I'm sure he is loving it. Fresh air for the first time in a very long time. 68 has not seen the bright a day out front in a very long time, so it's good to see him up front. We see Jay Durrell is moving his way up through the field as well. And he almost got pinched there by the 08, but everything is clean. And Rick Witt, it doesn't look like he's actually gaining that much. If anything, the 08 is closing a little bit. Anyways, as everyone gets strung out after that hornet's nest, we see coming out with the lead is the 68 and the 43. But how about Eric Willis? If you wanted to try to close in on Eric, you don't want to see this right now because the 26 is running 3rd, and the 2 cars in front of him are really not in contention with him right now. That's going to be killer for a lot of the drivers like Jay Barker, Zach Komonsky, and Webster Zygarde trying to close the gap. But it doesn't take long for Jay Durrell to take over the lead. The 7-time winner in this series, most of all time, arguably the best driver in the field, actually probably the best driver in the field, arguably the best of all time. You could consider Booker as up there as well with them, the 2 champions, but really, I would say Jay Durrell has just had so much more success. You gotta remember though, this isn't even his special track. We got 2 road courses coming up, and you know who Jay Durrell is known for. Those road courses. We're looking back at Zach Komoski. If Zach's known for anything in super speedways, got an astonishing win at Daytona last year. This year he hasn't gotten a win yet. It's been over a year since that win, but I'm sure Zach Komoski's going to get one soon. He really hasn't been running bad at all. In fact, this is the worst run we've seen out of him so far, and he's not that far back in the field. So the 88 car running 3rd in points, 16 markers behind Eric Willis. I'm sure he's going to be a serious threat for the championship, even more so than he was last year. We're seeing Tony Green pulling it to pit road, and he's actually DNFing. Wow, he just pulled his car off the track, and he is out of the race. So problems under the hood for the 44 car. Wonder if it has to do with the rain, because I didn't see any smoke or anything. Interesting. So the 44 car is going to go out of the race. You see on the right side of your screen, the midway report. It hasn't updated for the 44 yet. That's why it only shows him 20 seconds off the lead. And the only car not in the lead lap is Allison Davidson in the 29 car. Anyways, we're going to see some pit stops. Brock McMahon retired as well. Oh my gosh. And the word on the street is they're losing power. The 08 car just retired, and he was running up front not too long ago. Amazing, as that's 2 drivers now with a loss of power. I can't confirm Tony Green's situation. We see some green flag pit stops starting. This is the 75 and the 99 car coming out. But a loss of power on the 44. It is confirmed as well. That's interesting. It might be because of the rain. And what's wrong here? The 75 and the 99 car are slow. You know, I think there's a puddle down there. I think the 75 just drove through a puddle, and I don't know if that affected the car or anything, but what's going on here? He's holding up Daniel Voiles behind. Voiles must be furious. There goes the leaders. They're going to be 2 laps down now. Oh my gosh, and Catastrophe, the 99, he's slow too. What is going on? It looks like 4 cars with problems now. Oh my word. I don't know what's going on. It sounds like they still have engine life though, so I don't think these guys have lost power, but they're not going. They're not up to speed. And stop going up the track, please. And yes, there we go. The officials have thrown the caution because what are they doing? The 75 is forcing 99 on the traffic. Look out! Oh my gosh, the 43 has just split these 2 drivers going so slow. What are they doing? And the leaders having to go through the middle. Why are you fighting side by side? Going down the middle of the road at 5 miles per hour. That's not going to work well for James Johnson trying to make a name for himself. But Daniel Voiles, really? Oh my gosh. And I don't understand. Daniel Voiles has gotten up to the outside. It almost looked like the 75 forced him up there. I don't know what these drivers are doing. Voiles, I think he had an opportunity. I don't know why he's getting down. And there goes the pace car. They've picked up the field. He's not going to be able to get down to pit road. And a very strange incident here with the 99. And oh, what is going on? Mackenzie Rustin has just brake checked the entire field. Oh no. I cannot believe that. At least 3 cars have serious damage now. I wasn't able to see who that was. Oh my word. You see the 75 and the 99 have both been towed to the pit road. And oh, the one just completely ran in the 52. A huge development. This is incredible. Oh my gosh, we're going to need to go back to the beginning and sort this all out because I frankly do not know what's going on. We're riding aboard the 75 car now to see what happens here. And there's the puddle, and the motor dies. Like, I think when they ran through the puddle, somehow it like killed the motor or something. The motor, you hear it's idling just a little bit, but other than that, there's really no reading, and they're not getting up to speed. I mean, it must be the rain. That's all I can think of. And I don't... Look at the 43. Evasive maneuvers by your leader to work his way through that. You saw the 75, he actually kind of like shoved the 99 up the track. You see the 75 push. Look how much room they have down there. Why wasn't the 75 giving the 99 any room? And here is the 52. I'm utterly speechless about this. What? I can't say. I don't even know what happened there. The 1, the 2, and the 25 all suffering severe damage, and race control is doing the right thing. The 75 and the 99 have been reported the ASCA hauler, and here's the 1 car. He just hits the 52 on pit road, and the 1 has also been reported in the 52 as well. I don't know what happened there. Yes, I really wish I could tune in. And what's this? The 00 has problems too. Oh man. And you know what? The series really needs to rethink running in the rain, because so far it's been a huge problem on these engines. But after that huge catastrophe, we do still have a race to run, and green flag will fly. But how about this? Kyle Collins, out of nowhere, is in the lead. I don't even know when he got up in the front. He was running inside the top 10, but he managed to wiggle his way in front of Jay Durrell through pit stops. Oh my word, and the 68 car has fallen back. And what? This caution is out again. What is going on? A lap after we restart, and I believe Mackenzie Rustin just put himself in the wall. We're gonna ride on board, and I don't know what to say. That didn't look like the 52 hydroplane, and I believe there's going to be even more conversation involving the 52 car. And that really questions your driving ability when you have 2 accidents like that could have easily been prevented. But the green flag is back out again, and hopefully we won't see something like that again. But we only have we're getting up to 15 laps to go now. And geez, this race started out so calmly, but then everything went downhill. I mean, I think these cars are just... I mean, they must be becoming waterlogged or something. The rain still continues to fall. I mean, it must be affecting the cars. That's the only explanation I can think of right now. Looking at the field, Derek Petrie has wiggled his way up to the 3rd spot, but Jack Newman was going to take him through there in the corners. We got another caution on the track. Oh boy. And let's hope it's nothing unreasonably bad. We're getting to 10 laps to go, so we might see a 5-lap dash to the finish. Let's check it out. Oh no, Blaine Keys is going to be involved in... That actually looks similar to the first accident. And I didn't really get to see who that was right there. We're going to ride on board Blaine Keys. Came in here 8th in points. Ooh. It looks like Blaine Keys actually moved down a little bit. Yeah, I think he actually just misjudged how the 56 was going to enter the corner and turned him into the wall. But horrible luck for Blaine Keys, as now he's going to drop out of the race. Definitely going to lose his 8th place position in the points. Green flag is back out again, and now 5 laps to go before we end this race off. The rain still continues to fall as Kyle Collins navigating the track. But currently, the 83 car seems to have the best car at the moment, and navigating the track is easy for him in the rain. The puddles continuing to build as 2 laps remain in the race. Kyle Collins stretching the gap now on Jay Durrell. Durrell hasn't gotten a win yet, but Kyle Collins, if he would secure this win, this would be his 2nd career win in the season. I don't know. I believe it would be his 4th career win in his career, at least. This season would be 2nd. He got his 1st in the Bud Shootout. Jay Durrell, though, obviously, after this run, you really got to remember that we have 2 road courses coming up. I believe this is the start of something big for Jay Durrell. I think he's going to jump to the top of the points board in no time. Anyways, off of the last corner, Kyle Collins is seeing the checkered flag, and he will take OSR home to its 2nd victory of the season. Congratulations for the Canadian. Kyle Collins and Old Spice Racing go to victory lane here at Loudon. And what an interesting race, but it ends in a pretty calm finish, and Kyle Collins is going to attempt to do burnouts in the wet weather. Here are the finishing results. Kyle Singer sneaks his way into 3rd. Michael Jones with that two-tire strategy early in the race. It actually paid off. He finishes 4th. Jack Newman and Derek Petrie slipped back to 5th and 8th. Down the grid, you saw the 78 car, decent run for him. Rick Witt fell to 15th, but definitely, a great race from him in general. Looking down, nothing real special in the midfield, but how about all the engine failures? You see power, a gear actually was the ending cause for Tony Green, and a couple guys out of the race in the later stages. Here are the point standings, and while there's some people not on this list, but with all the penalties we've seen, we might actually see some point reductions for some drivers. But in the field, you see Eric Willis 29 points over Jay Durrell now as he only increases his gap. Looking down from 15th to 28th, pretty much nothing going here, but you see 28th is now 94 points behind. That's almost 100. However, we got a road course coming up. We'll see you next time at the Canadian Tire Motor Ring on the ASCA League channel.